Hey everyone, Tim the Dartman. Week 3 NFL picks coming up in this video. I can't wait. Week 1, we're 11-5, not too shabby. Week 2, 14-2. Now that was nice. I really like that one. And you know, I'm kind of looking into week 3 and I'm thinking, what can I do? You know, can I keep this winning percentage up? Be pretty difficult, but we've done very well so far in the first 2 weeks. Tell your friends all about the channel. Let them know I got some good picks going on here, and let me know what you think about my NFL picks and about the darts playing. Casual darts playing while I'm talking NFL, but still, who knows? Maybe see some hundreds, maybe see some 140s, a 180. Who knows? Tim the Dartman. I'll let you know what I got going. So, the very first game, the Thursday night game, is going to be the Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills. Now, Dolphins had an interesting game last week with the Patriots, and you know, they ended up losing that game, which was good. You know, I picked that they would lose that game to the Patriots, and you know, they're up against the Miami Bills this week, and they're up against the Buffalo Bills this week. And, you know, the Buffalo Bills, they're 2-0, and they're not going to come close to letting the Dolphins steal this game from them. They're going to win it really handily. I'm talking about a score of 35-17, and I think I'm being a little nice with the 17, to be honest with you. But Buffalo over Miami, 35-17. All right, game 2. Game 2 is the Bengals and the Vikings. Now this is an interesting game because the Bengals quarterback got hurt last week, and the Vikings quarterback got hurt last week. So we have 2 backup quarterbacks starting this game. And thought a lot about this one, and I thought, well, you know, who's going to take this game? And what it came down to for me was home team advantage. So the Vikings, I think, will prevail in this one, and I think the score will be 24-21. It'll be a close game, 3 points, which, you know, typically the home team advantage is a 3-point advantage. Vikings over the Bengals, 24-21. Next game, the Texans and the Jaguars. So, playing in Jacksonville, Texans are a good team. They really are. And Jacksonville's got a really good quarterback. They really do. So, oh man, see, that's so close to 180, but it's only 140. Right on top. So, I think what's going to happen here, though, is the Texans ended up losing to my Buccaneers last week on Monday Night Football. I know it was a nail-biter, but I think the Texans are going to go into Jacksonville this week, and they're going to take this game, and I think it's going to be, you know, about a 6-point game. So, I think what you're going to see, look for that treble 18. No. I think what you're going to see is a 33-27 game, Texans over the Jaguars, and I think it'll be in a very entertaining game, to be honest with you. So it'll be a fun game to watch. The next game will be the Colts against the Titans. I think I might have picked that game wrong in the first 2 weeks. And the Colts are one of those teams that, you know, you never really know what they're going to do. And the Titans, you know, the Titans just don't have a good team this year. They really don't. So I think Indianapolis is going to go in Tennessee, and I think they're going to take this one. And I don't think it's going to be real close, to be honest with you. You know, it'll be a touchdown, but it'll be 24-17, Indianapolis over the Tennessee Titans. And I think that it's going to make Indianapolis 3-0, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if I am. But next game is an interesting one. It's going to be the Raiders against the Commanders, right? And the Raiders, I think they're 1-1 up against the Commanders. Commanders are clearly a better team, playing in Washington. And I think this is going to be one of those games where the Raiders aren't going to score many points. In fact, I think they're only going to score 3 points. Yeah, I think that's what's going to be the case here, is that the Commanders are just going to outmatch them. Commanders obviously have a good team. They had a good team last year. They made it quite a ways in the playoffs last year. And I think this game is going to be kind of a cakewalk for them. So I'm picking the Commanders 28-3 over the Titans. 28-3. That's crazy. All right, next game, Rams at Eagles. So Eagles get to play a home game, get to play against the Rams, and you know, Eagles 2-0. Good team. Just low for the 180. Still a 140. So the Eagles, I think, are going to end up prevailing in this game, and it's going to be a little more, I think, than you know, home field advantage. And I think the problem here with this game is that, you know, the Rams aren't really in the same category as the Eagles. So I think it's going to be 27 Rams, 34 Eagles. Eagles going to take it. They're going to be 3-0, and they're not going to go undefeated this season. They're going to end up losing some games. I'm looking forward to a game in a couple of weeks that the Eagles are going to be playing against, and we'll talk about that one. The next game is the Falcons and the Panthers. Now, again, the Panthers are just, you know, not up to snuff with the rest of the league right now. And the Falcons actually have a pretty good team. So I think what's going to happen is the Falcons are going to go in and they're going to take this one fairly handily. I'm thinking probably somewhere around 28-14. And I think I'm being a little nice saying that the Panthers get 14 points. I'm not sure that they're going to. So 28-14, Falcons over the Panthers. Let's see what happens. Next game, Steelers against my Patriots. Now, Steelers, I don't think I picked a Steelers game right this year. So far, I was only in 2 games, but still, I think they've been one of those teams that have just kind of messed with my predictions here. And I think where they're going into New England, I think what you're going to see is you're going to see the New England quarterback, Drake May, who really seems to be clicking on all cylinders right. I think he's going to have a really, really, really good game. And you know, I think the Patriots, well-coached team, Mike Vrabel, great Patriot veteran, and also a good coach. So I think what's going to happen this week is the Patriots are going to take this one, and again, it's going to be one of those 2-touchdown games. So 31-17, Patriots over the Steelers. And if the Steelers mess me up again 3 weeks in a row, I'm going to be very upset. Next game, Packers and the Browns. Well, what can I say? I mean, I said it last week, I'm saying it this week. Packers are a really, really good team. And they're playing good on all phases. And, you know, the Browns, not a good team. Not playing good on all phases. Last week, I think I had the Ravens over the Browns 41 or something to 10 or 17. This week I have Packers over the Browns 41 to 10. All right, the next game. My Buccaneers finally get their first home game. And they're going to be wearing, I believe they're going to be wearing their creamsicle uniforms. So for those of you who don't know, their old uniforms look like the old creamsicles that you get off the ice cream truck, right? And I think those are the uniforms they're going to be wearing on their home opener this Sunday coming up. And they're going to be playing the Jets. The Jets are, you know, down towards the bottom of the league, and the Buccaneers are up towards the top of the league. And I think what this is going to be is a much needed, easier game for the Buccaneers. And I think the Buccaneers are going to take this game. I think it's going to be somewhere around 38-7. So it shouldn't be close at any time during the game. And, you know, the Buccaneers should rack up the points because they really need to work on that offensive flow. They're just like every other team, trying to get to know their players, get their timing down, and I think it's important for them, while they have the opportunity, to score as many points as they can. So I'm picking the Buccaneers 38-7 over the Jets. Sorry, New York, but it's not going to be a good Sunday for you. The next game is going to be a good game. Broncos at the Chargers. Now, I think that, you know, it's basically going to be Chargers home field advantage that are going to make the difference in this game. But it's going to be a good game. This would be a fun game to watch. I'm thinking 24 for the Broncos, 28 for the Chargers. Chargers take it 28-24 over the Broncos. Fun game to watch, though. I think that would be a really good one. The next game, the Saints going into Seattle to play the Seahawks. I don't think I've done well with Seahawks games this year. And, oh, my goodness, that was off. So I'm hoping that Seattle does what they should do in this game, and that is take care of the Saints. I think they will. I don't think there'll be a huge competition here, maybe close to the first quarter. Who knows? But I think what you're going to see, that was a terrible throw. I think what you're going to see here is 24-14 Seattle over the Saints. Next game, Cowboys in Chicago playing the Bears. Now, I can't say I'm a Cowboys fan. I did enjoy last week's game, kind of an instant classic. But this game against the Bears, even though they're in Chicago, is going to be a really close game that I think the Cowboys will take. And when I say close, how close? 1 point. I think the Cowboys are going to beat the Bears 21-20, 1 point, even though they're the away team. Don't have a lot of confidence in the Bears quarterback right now. So that's what's driving that score. All right. Cardinals at the 49ers. This should be another fun game to watch too. And to be honest with you, I struggled a little bit picking this game because, you know, it really could go either way. A lot of these games this week could go either way. And, you know, Cardinals got a good team. 49ers got a good team. Neither one of them are great. But I think what's going to happen is I think the 49ers, with their home field advantage, are going to just barely squeak this one out. And what we're probably looking at is maybe a 3 or 4 point game. In fact, I'm going to say, did I sneak that in? No, just a ton. I'm going to say 49ers 31, Cardinals 27. Next game. The next game, you're going to think I'm crazy, but it's the Chiefs at the Giants. The Chiefs, because they're missing receivers and because I think they're just getting old. Doesn't that sound crazy? They're getting old. I think Patrick Mahomes is 30. But the Chiefs, I want to pick against them. I really do. I want to take the Giants. The Chiefs are 0-2, and I think the Giants are 0-2 as well. But the Giants, I saw a little flashes from Russell Wilson, the quarterback, last week. And if he plays like that this week, the Giants will win the game. But I don't have any confidence that he's going to be able to string together 2 weeks in a row playing like that, which is why it's really dangerous to just look at 1 week and say, okay, how'd they do? Oh, Russell Wilson was dynamic. Yeah, he was, but is he going to be like that again this week? I think not. So, that being said, I think that, Mahomes and gang should probably take this one. And what will the score be? Well, I'm thinking a close game. So maybe 24-21 Chiefs. And again, this is one where I really wanted to pick the Giants because I just had a hunch. But my gut tells me that I got to go with the Chiefs. I bet against them the last 2 weeks, and I did right. But this week, I think the Chiefs are going to finally get their first win in New York against the Giants. So, the last game is going to be a fun one, right? So it is the Lions at the Ravens. Now, the Ravens have a great team. The Lions have a great team. Who's going to win this game? Either team could win this game. This is going to be a really fun game to watch. And I think the difference in this game is going to be the difference in a lot of games, which is turnovers, right? So my prediction is whoever makes the most turnovers will lose the game. And you're going to think maybe I'm a little bit wacky because playing in Baltimore, but I think the Lions are actually going to prevail. And I think it's going to be a good old shootout, a good old high-scoring game. How high-scoring is it? I'm saying that it's going to be 66 points scored. Lions 35, Ravens 31. Lions take it at Baltimore. That is going to be my surprise pick because I'm sure that they're not going to be favored. Although I never really check that unless it gets brought up somewhere down the line. I happen to see it. I don't go looking for it. So I'm saying Lions 35, 31 over the Ravens. Guys, those are my week 3 picks. Let me know what you think. Give me your feedback and pass on the channel. Let other people know that, hey, I'm 25-7 after 2 weeks. Better than the guys on the NFL Network. That's right. That's right. Better records than them. But Tim the Dart Man, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think.